Oh, sorry. Hey, Solo Dolo, what's up? What's up? All right. We're about to get started very soon. I just want people to try to come in. Plus, also make sure you hit that like button, share the video, share it on your social media, your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media you have. Share it in your email. Share it with friends and family or other content creators. What's up, Maximus Royal? What's up, Solo Dolo? I said that earlier. Maximus Dolo. So yeah, share it. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you look in the description box of this live stream, if you have not text the number 1-757-767-4793. If you have not texted this number yet, please do so. That helps you become a member of my community. I'm using it to help with people who are having trouble getting notifications, so they can start getting notifications of my live streams and my videos, and if they're having trouble. And if you are a content creator who's having the same issue with people getting notifications of your stuff, then perhaps you should suggest getting your own community number and see if that can help you out with streams and everything. Oh, sorry about that, folks. I'm looking on my phone because I'm trying to share this live stream on my phone as well. And I'm going to my yeah, I'm sharing this. But yep. Hold on a second. Just try to see if we get more people in. Like I said before, help share this video. Share it. Live stream. Share it in your email. Share it in your I might ask for people to come in later if y'all want to come in, and we could do a panel or something like that to talk about today's topics. I will leave the link in the StreamYard link, either in your email or on the chat room. If you want to give me your email to leave a link into your email, that's okay. But that is if you want to. So, and that is if you want to come on in and talk about some of the topics. I'm still trying to share this live stream in certain platforms, but I can still talk about today's topics. So let's start with some. I just got the text notification. Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I think you are part of my membership. So yeah, I did give you a text notification. So yeah, I think you are part of my membership. But anyway, let's get started. Let's start with the fact that we still got white supremacy attacking black people, but yet they want to say that black people are attacking Asians, but that's not true. Now, I'm not saying that Asians should not fight against white supremacy. Actually, they should fight against white supremacy, because even though people see them as a buffer class, only their economic base is behind white people. That is why white races try to use Asians to go after black people, because they do not want the Asian community turning on the white racists. As you know, the Asians actually have an economic base that is the only group that has an economic base that can challenge the white supremacists. Yeah, if you want to know why that white supremacy was able to get some Asians to attack black people, it's because of that. And it's even started during the times of World War II, the Vietnam War, and stuff like that, the Korean War, the conflicts that go on today with North Korea and China. It's because the white supremacists know that they have also done dirt on them. And it was black people that helped get Asians legalization to come to this country, not to mention World War II, America fighting Japan, the Vietnam War, America fighting Vietnam, in which was the first time in history that the United States of America lost a war. Did y'all know that? And it happened to be an Asian country that beat America. And many people says that China has the biggest economy. Actually, it does. And it only has the third best military force, but it's been able to catch up. It could surpass Russia by 2030 and then try to catch up with the United States military force. And that is why the white supremacists, the white racists, had to make sure that the Asian community went only against the black community. But then again, I still have to blame the Asian community, because they also decided on their own to go against black people, just because, despite the fact that black people helped, they're being attacked by us. Haha. Yeah. I'm not saying that there is no incident that a black person has attacked an Asian. It has before, but not in this big academic that people are talking about. And even some Asians are starting to say that, no, that ain't true. Black people are not attacking. There are some Asians that actually believe, there are some Asians that are actually telling the truth that, no, it's really white supremacists that is attacking them more than black people are. But the mainstream media, which is run by white racists, needs the Asians and our community to go against each other. It's because the white supremacists know that the Asian community is the only community with the actual economic base to take on the white community, which is actually true. If you could look at China alone has the biggest economy over the United States, and that is why the white races have to, despite the fact that white supremacy do attack Asians and black people, but the mainstream media and some racist Asians who do hate black people, and you even got some sellouts in the black community, have to make sure that we're at each other's throats, because the white racist biggest fear is an actual coalition that would overthrow white supremacy and stuff like that. But anyway, we all heard about the attack in Atlanta, Georgia, where 6 Asian women were killed by that what's his name again? I'm trying to find what's the guy's name again? Hold on a second. I forgot the guy's name again. Let me take a look. Let's see. Oh, here. Robert Aaron Long. He killed 6 people in Atlanta, Georgia. He killed 8 people. Yeah, thank you, Solo Dolo. He killed 8 people, but 6 of them were Asian females. So he's now, and also notice he was taken in alive. He was taken in alive. You see, an unarmed black person would be shot to death just because they claim that they don't apply. And we all know this was racially motivated, because he even said in his own mouth in a text that he was going to kill all the Asians. He went to not 1, but 3 different massage parlors. But because they went to a massage parlor, you had the white racist race soldier go around saying that it was the sex edition or he had a bad day. They're doing that because they don't want to call it a hate crime. They want to protect. You see, the only time they want to call it a hate crime is if this was done by a black person. See, they want to make black people the face of hate crimes. That's why. And then you have traitorous black celebrities saying this. Yes, we know that there should not be racist against Asian people for no reason, but some of these black celebrities that are doing it, I gotta ask some of these black celebrities, have you ever went out all your way for black people? Just asking. But that also goes to show you that they do not see the reason why they don't want to call this a hate crime against Asians is because this was a monkey wrench, along with us in the black community using social media to push back against the propaganda that we were attacking Asians at a high rate, and also because we called out people like Juju Chang and also some of these black coonish celebrities, and also that we threatened to boycott if they didn't start telling the truth. That this was a big monkey wrench to their plan to do propaganda. Yes, that is true, Jacob Jennings. I hear about it in other content creators' live streams and YouTube videos. But this killing actually was the biggest monkey wrench to their propaganda. This really hurt their credibility of trying to say that black people were the biggest people that was attacking the Asian community. This was a monkey wrench, along with us pushing back through social media against the propaganda. That's why they did not want to call this a hate crime. But even some Asians wanted to be called a hate crime. Black people wanted to be called the hate crime. Even some white people wanted to be called a hate crime because they knew it was a hate crime. They knew it was a hate crime. Now, after this, another shooting happened. So I'm about to show on my screen about what just recently happened. Yes, that Michelle McCollum too. Yes. That I don't know that Christy Teigen, but yeah, Michelle McCollum. Yeah. Michelle McCollum wanted to put up an article. Hey, what's up? What's up, ATB? What's up? Long time no see. Yeah, let's talk about Michelle McCollum while I put up this one screen up. Michelle McCollum wanted to do a hit piece on black people called Stop Blaming Whitey. That the reason why she did that was because George Takanaga, the former star of Star Trek, even admitted that white supremacy was really hitting the Asian community the hardest. So Michelle McCollum, who has been known as a known Asian a racist who is Asian that hates black people, and she's part of that Fox News. Oh, she was one of those people that was trying to get what's his name, Daniel Hoytclaw, out of prison through an appeal, which failed, and then she's still trying to get her out. Let's get him out. Yeah, she was the one that did that. She put out a hit piece saying that it was thugs of color that was attacking Asian. When she means that's code word. That's code word for black too. Yes, them as well. Them as well, Jacob. But yeah, Michelle McCollum, that was code talk for it's the black people's fault. That's what she was really. She didn't want to say it was black people because she knew that if she said black, if just only black people, she's already been pushed back against, been called out, and has been through outrage and backlash before. She didn't want to deal with that again. That's why she said thugs of color, but we know she was really talking about black people. We knew what she was really talking about. All right, but now I'm going to bring up one of Tariq's tweets, a recent tweets, because that's where I found it, because it's the only one that has the name of the shooter. I want to talk about the shooting that happened in Colorado now. So we're going to use a tweet from Tariq's Twitter account. All right. First of all, shout out to Tariq Nasheed for bringing this up. But as you should know, there was a shooting that happened recently in Colorado. I meant Colorado. So Bolden, Colorado, shooting suspect is a white man named Ahmad Al-Saw. All right, so that's who, and then this is the guy, barely naked and stuff like that. Well, he's wearing pants and has a bloody leg. So earlier, a couple days ago, a shooting happened at a grocery store. I think it's called King Store or something. Can anyone tell me the name of the grocery store? But it was a grocery store where this crazy man right here, you see right here, this crazy man right here went up and shot a bunch of people. I don't know how many people he shot, but 10 of those people that got hit by bullets are dead. 10 of the people. He's probably shot more people, probably 20, 30, 40 people. But 10 of them that he did get hit, direct hits, got killed. One of them a cop. That's right. One of them a cop. So these police, where's Blue Lives Matter, ladies and gentlemen? Does anyone know where Blue Lives Matter is? Where's Blue Lives Matter? This dude shot a cop. I thought y'all Blue Lives Matter retards were about protecting police, fighting for police. And none of y'all has showed up for this guy. Come on. Come on, Blue Lies. That's what I call them. Blue Lives Matter. Yeah, all of a sudden you don't want to show up. Um, but oh, sorry about that. Hold on. But yeah, blue lives matter. Um, Hold on, I'm about to stop sharing my screen. Yeah, but I didn't see Blue Lives Matter. I didn't see Blue Lives Matter show up. Yes, Blue KK. But yeah, Blue Lives Matter is not showing up. And also I wanted to also show you that despite the fact that he shot a bunch of people, they still took him in alive. Notice the pattern of shooters they take in alive. I might do a video on this picture that I looked at and the hypocrisy and stuff like that. But they took him in alive. I think he's in jail right now. But he shot 10 people. Meanwhile, someone like a Mike Brown or something like that is unarmed, no weapon, has not shot anyone, not one person, and gets shot dead. He's unarmed, but gets shot dead. But the shooter at Colorado gets to live. And I bet you they took him to Burger King or something like that. We don't even know what the victims of the shooting look like. Notice they haven't shown who the victims look like. What's the racial identity of the victims he shot, the 10 people he killed? I wonder. But yeah, that is true, Maximus Royal. But this shows you the hypocrisy there. People need to start getting at these police departments and start calling out the BS every time they arrest someone and every time they shoot someone. They need to talk about how certain people get shot and only certain people manage to just go to jail or just walk away and don't get arrested and just only get a fine or a ticket or something. Well, yeah, that's the society that we live. It's a racist nation, and it's only meant to attack black people. They only want to kill black people. All right, so I want to bring up our next topic. It's about two individuals that I have to give a shout out to. All right, so I'm gonna go now. If anyone wants to come in, by the way, and explain what their thoughts. What I'm about to do now is if you want to show up, talk about, I have the link in the chat room. If you want to talk about this, your thoughts on just recent topics or the next topic I'm going to talk about, leave the link here. But in the meantime, I'm going to just bring it out just to bring it out. So, all right, I'm going to share the screen again. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the mother of Tamira Rice. All right, that's the person I want to give a shout out to. The woman's name is Samira Rice, and she, along with this gentleman, shout out to Michael Brown Sr., the father of Mike Brown Jr., the guy who was shot and killed years ago. So these two individuals are demanding that the organization, Black Lives Matter, and the Democrats give them some money to help with their causes and the programs that they're doing that try to help the neighborhood out, because they saw that the organization, not the movement, the organization BML, the one that people that have issues with, a lot of people, made $90 million, but somehow none of that money is going to the right people. That shows you right there that we cannot trust these Blue Lives Matter organizations that's only doing this stuff for profit, but not for a good cause. They use the deaths of innocent Black people, Black men, Black women, to fulfill their causes, and now they're finally being called out. And it's not just Black Lives Matter, but also Sleaze Merritt, Lee Merritt, but we call him Sleaze Merritt, Tamika Mowry, and Tamika Mowry. I actually liked Tamika Mowry when she did not go against Farrakhan, but when she did that, sexism was more dangerous than racism, and then that whole just profiting off of Tamir Rice's death. And then also, I was like, I lost respect for Tamika Mowry. And also, Amnesty Chancellor Benjamin Crump. Thank you, Maximus Royal, because I kind of almost forgot. Sleaze Merritt and Benjamin Crump were also called out. Yeah, or should I say Benjamin Chump, Maximus Royal, Benjamin Chump. Yeah, because he is a chump. Yeah, so shout out to Tamir Rice's mother and Mike Brown's Jr.'s father. These two individuals called out. Yeah, this man right here called out. And speaking of Trump, here's a picture with Trump himself. Yeah, Benjamin Trump. This is who he called out and stuff like that. Because these people, all they doing was use our tragedies to make profit instead of actually trying to help us get actual justice. Yes, they particularly work for the Democrat elites. They work for the Democrat elites. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. They work for their Democratic shields. They work for the Democratic elite, the buffer classes, and stuff like that. And they have been profiting off the deaths of your Tamir Rices, your Mike Browns, your Trayvon Martins, your Breonna Taylors, your Botham Johns, all those who have died. They have profited money. And then they also will get you to forgive the attackers, and then you get no real justice, like what happened with Amber Geiger. Botham John's family was just stupid, made the biggest mistake by hugging and forgiving. And that's why it's going to be easy for Amber Geiger to win her appeal so she can get off, have her record sponged, maybe even try to get her job back. If her record is sponged, she can use her record slate being clean to try to get her job back. Because usually when you have been arrested and convicted of a crime, and then you cannot become a police officer, or if you was already a police officer, you cannot fight to get your job back. But what they're trying to do is, with Amber Geiger's appeal, they are going to try to use the forgiveness route, win an appeal so that she can get her job back by getting her record removed. And your people like your Samira Rice's and your Michael Brown Seniors, they're now calling it out. Finally, it took a while, but now people are starting to call it out. They're starting to see the flaws of, and more of those victims' families need to call out Benjamin Chump and Tamika Mowry and Sleaze Merritt and stuff like that. They need to continue calling out. More people need to come forward and call out Benjamin Chump, because they're ambulance channels. They're only in it by the money. They make backdoor deals with the city and to get the money, the settlements at least. And also notice that the money comes from the taxpayers, not the cops. If I was suing someone for money, I'm not going to only get money from the taxpayers who have done me no wrong. I want to get it straight from the person who done me wrong, because I'm suing that person, not the other taxpayers, law-abiding taxpayers and law-abiding citizens. Yeah, at least Benjamin Trump, what he could have done was try to get it so where he could punish, where the police had to be the ones that get it out of their financial budget. No, he makes deals to get the money away from taxpayers who had nothing to do with the people being shot and killed by the race soldiers. Yes, Maximum Royal, the bones and biscuits for the Dixiecrats. Yeah, that's what the Democrats used to be called, by the way, the Dixiecrats. Yeah, they also were the people behind the Klan, KKK, and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Michael Brown, and I hope they sue and find a way to get some money, because I also see that people like Talcum X, Sean King, Talcum X is accusing Samira Rice for being an agent. No, she's not an agent. She's the real deal. She's fighting for justice for her son, Tamir Rice, who was 12 years old when he was shot by the police. No, Samira Rice is the real deal. No, Sean King, you Talcum X, you're the one that's fake. You're the agent, and so is Tamika Mowry. Tamika Mowry is the agent, not Samira Rice, because Samira Rice was the one who suffered from the one who suffered from Tamira Rice's death was his family. She suffered the most. And that's why she's asking for money, because she sees that Black Lives Matter, the organization, is profiting off the death of her son, but don't want to give that money directly back to the Black community so we can use it for things like getting land, purchasing protection, getting land, getting loans, getting better paid jobs and stuff, getting reparations. And also making sure that even if we get the money, that we still get these cops put in jail and being held accountable. Because you see with the Derek Chauvin, George Floyd case, they're trying to put the fix in the jury to get so it could be easier for him to get off. Him and his cronies. I mean, let's look at the blatant racism that's going on. So I'm going to show you some stuff about the blatant racism that's going on right now, because we need to talk about some of this stuff. Some of it is not even being talked about. All right. Okay. All right. For example, I'm going to talk about some different examples of white privilege, of white racists attacking Black youth. You have this young kid who wore a Black King shirt, which is a very good shirt. I like this shirt. I'm glad that he sees our people as the people of royalty. But you had a racist white teacher, white female teacher. It's usual when it comes to these racist teachers, you can see the pattern. Most of them are these racist Karens. But anyway, hold Hold on, let me see if I can get that. All right. This individual. Sorry about that. Well, we're going to talk about that later. But this young man even has on this video, teacher suggested a White History Month calls student racist for wearing Black King shirt. She even said that there should be a White History Month. Who's the kid's name again? I don't know the kid's name. She just claims she wore the shirt. All right, but yeah, he wore. I don't know the name of this individual, but he wore a shirt that says "Black King," which he should have the right. And the teacher complained. That shows you the ignorance of some of these racist teachers and stuff. I also want to talk about this horrible tragedy that happened. This little baby. All right, we're going to play the video real quick.
My son didn't deserve this, at all.
The police union tells NBC News the officer did not know the baby was in the car. The boy's family is now calling on police body camera video of the incident to be released and is preparing to file a civil lawsuit. In the surveillance video from earlier this month, Houston police say the man running was an armed robbery suspect who then tried to carjack a woman pumping gas. Officers opened fire, killing the suspect, but also hit the woman's 1-year-old baby who's in the back seat in the head. He's seen here held by an undercover officer.
My son has been fighting every day for his life, and he's struggling on his own to breathe by himself.
Daisha Small says her baby Legend is still in a pediatric ICU. The doctors removed part of his skull to relieve the swelling.
My son didn't deserve this, and I don't want to leave my baby's side. At all.
The police union tells NBC News the officer did not know the baby was in the car and took what he thought was a clear shot of the suspect, probably saving the woman's life.
They gave the suspect commands to drop the gun. He refused.
The boy's family is now calling on police body camera video of the incident to be released and is preparing to file a civil lawsuit.
And when you shoot into the...
Man, I don't want to hear from Benjamin Chump. Let's go to little baby. Yeah, this cute little baby right here was shot in the head by the police officer who recklessly just went around shooting, trying to get at a suspect. But you see what's going on, these attacks of our youth is being attacked. I think I talked about it in a recent live stream about how our youth is being attacked by racists. Yeah, about that. Yeah, but the thing about yes, Jacob, they are shooting our children. They shot Tamara Rice. They pepper sprayed a 9-year-old girl. They're not just shooting our children; they're raping our children too. I'm going to give you 2 examples of them raping our children too, as well. All right. Example number 1, a woman by the name, who is a model by the name of Beverly Pills, years ago, this is Beverly Pills, the model on the left with her son. On the right is a pedophile by the name of Peter Nangar. Peter Nangar was raping this boy, the little boy right here, who is Beverly Pills' son. The boy was being molested by Peter, Peter Nagar. Peter Nagar. I can't really pronounce his name. Forgive me if I pronounce it. I should not. He deserves to have his name pronounced wrong. But that white man right there is molesting this models. I think they were married or something like that. And this man is molesting the woman's boy. The sickening. But it's far worse, but it's not as worse. I mean, it is worse, but not as worse as the second incident that I wanted to talk about. And that is what happened to an 8-year-old black girl. And this man right here is the man who did it. They know he did it, yet because of some loophole in the law, they're using his mental illness to dismiss his case so he wouldn't stand trial. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to mute my mic.
Call from US.
Sorry about that, folks. My phone rang and the person left a message, so I had to mute my mic. So sorry about that. But anyway, let's get back to this. You have this man, this disgusting racist rapist, an 8-year-old girl, raped. Think about it, an 8-year-old girl. Yes. Black mothers, black fathers, black brothers, sisters, black grandparents, aunts and uncles should be outraged about what this man did. 8 years old. Think of the trauma. Think about how she's going to grow up. Her childhood is gone. When you were raped as a child, part of your childhood is gone as a result. You end up developing about the harshest society of the world real quick when something like that. I'm glad something like that never happened to me. My parents they were good at protecting me and my brother and my sister. That stuff, child molestation, never happened to me. Thank God I never had to go through that. Thank God my sister never had to go through that. Thank God my brother never had to go through that. That's because our parents knew how to protect us, and we knew about what we had to do about the dangers of the world so that we could prevent stuff like that happening. But I feel sad for the people that went through that, like this 8-year-old girl, that she probably has to go through therapy for the rest of her life. Has to go through therapy for the rest of her life. And probably she's going to start, the worst case scenario is that she's going to start acting out. Because sometimes when people are victims of these kind of crimes, when they get older, they tend to act out a little bit. That's why you see a lot of these porn stars doing some of these porn activities and stuff like that, or some of these people that get confused about their sexuality, saying they are LGBT, saying that they are trans and stuff like that. Yes, the reason, or you see how some of these women or men get into the adult film industry too quick, too young, and stuff like that. No, that's because they've had a sexual experience, and sometimes that sexual experience was in the form of a rape or child molestation or incest and stuff like that. And they act out and stuff like that because of the damage that they had to go through. And yes, Solo Dolo, I had to ask the question, where is Time's Up? Where is Me Too? Where is this Tarana Burke? Tarana Burke got this new thing called We As Ourselves, talking about sexual molestation in the Black community. I mean, which is a big problem. We do need to talk about sexual assault that does happen in the Black community. We need to talk about that. But where is she talking about what happened to this 8-year-old girl? Why is she not bringing what happened to this 8-year? Because this guy right here, the guy whose photo you're looking at, well, I forgot. I don't think I even pronounced his name. The man's name is Kane Madden. Well, he was crazy. So Kane Madden. All right, I forgot to mention the guy's name, but his name is Kane Madden. Yeah, where is Tarana Burke? Why is Tarana Burke not bringing this case up? The mainstream media is not bringing this case up. They're not bringing this case up either. But if it's someone like, but if this was a Black person, you will be hearing this story worldwide. Mainstream media would be talking about this. You will be hearing about it. There will be no way you would not be able to not hear about it. You can try not talking about it, but you will not be hearing. You would not just go around saying that you did not hear about that. But they want to cover this up, and even worse part is he's going to walk because of this so-called mental healthness. They're trying to use that as a loophole to get him off the hook, which they're known for doing. That's how they protect white supremacy. And that's how, yeah. And the reason why you don't see your Tarana Burks is because it doesn't fit her narrative that it's Black man that's doing all the raping and stuff. Because you remember on Twitter, she said in her own words, why is it her job to go after white men? And she's showing right there that she is not willing to go after white men like this monster right here. Because if he gets off, he gets to leave. Which, by the way, people need to make phone calls, need to protest and stuff like that, need to do something to get that 8-year-old girl some justice. This needs to be headline news. But yeah, your Tarana Burks had decided to, because it's a white man. It's the complexion of the flesh, it's palm color. But yeah, that's just samples and examples that our youth is being attacked by white supremacy. All right, next I want to talk about the situation involving Kevin Frazier. This clown deserves to be called out. I think I called him out on social media, but he deserves to be called out. Now, you know the woman on the left. The woman on the left is none other than Sharon Osbourne, who went on that racist rant because she wanted to defend her racist friend Pierce Morgan. And she, like I said, she's a racist herself. And she went all complaining, I'm not racist and stuff, when she actually is. She was complaining because people were calling her out. They called her out after she made that rant. But that's not the only issue I have with this situation. The real problem I also have is the man on the right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Sharon Osbourne, as like I said earlier, is on the left, but on the right is a man by the name of Kevin Frazier. This guy, this clown, the black guy, this clown wanted to go around and tell black actresses, that they should educate Sharon Osbourne about racism. Some of these racist white people already know what racism is. That's why they do racist things towards black people. It's because they know what racism is. But they don't want black people to know. And they don't want black people when she was crying on the talk, she was crying was because black people were calling her out. But as for Kevin Frazier, it is not black people's job to educate these racists. She knows what racist is. She's just pretending to be stupid. But she knows what racist is. Remember, she comes from the UK, Kevin Frazier. She comes from the UK. The UK was where racism started. Europe as a whole was where racism started. All right? That 100%, that white continent, that palm colored continent, the European nations were the creators of racism. They used it to colonize and conquer the world. So your Sharon Osbournes know what racism is. She's just plain stupid. But you have the guy, the bald head idiot, wants black women to educate Sharon Osbourne. No, she knows enough. But as you see, people called out Kevin Frazier. They called him out. And rightfully so. Good job, black people. I even called him out on social media. Because he was doing exactly what we all said he was doing. He was being a sellout. He was willing to throw the cape for a Sharon Osbourne. Why don't her husband Ozzy throw the cape? We don't need let Ozzy throw the cape for Sharon Osbourne. He's a racist too. So let Ozzy Osbourne throw the cape for Sharon. Black people don't have to throw the cape for Sharon. But this shows you this is why why black people are not taken seriously. Or when black people do demand justice or accountability, you have some of these Negroes like your Kevin Fraziers who want to throw the cape for freaking Sharon Osbourne. And I'm glad to hear that people went after Kevin Frazier. To the point where he deleted some of his comments. And that's a good thing. I'm starting to see a lot more black people calling out BS and using social media to go after our traitors and these racists and stuff that doing all this BS. I'm glad people are finally starting to call out some of the ills of some of the black elites, celebrities of Hollywood. That's the problem. Some of these black elites, these news anchors and stuff like that, these celebrities, is just not good for the black community. Kevin Frazier is the example of a man who was willing to sell out in order to keep his job at the television network that he works for. He was doing that to try to save his career. All right. Does anyone want to come in to talk about what they think about some of these situations? I'm just asking. I guess not. So I'm trying to see if there was anything else I needed to talk about. Oh, I do want to talk about something else. I do not trust this article. USC becomes first to pay reparations to Black residents. I mean, yes, we do need reparations. I'm glad people are fighting to get reparations. All right, so yeah, I don't believe this. Thank you, Anita B. First, oh, we got the James X. I wonder what James X has to say.
Thing on YouTube.
Hello, sorry.
Yeah, I got to pause my YouTube. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your name is James X.
Yeah.
Hey, so how's it going? What do you think about the stream so far?
Oh, I'm enjoying the stream, man. I was gonna add in on this topic of this reparations. This is a trick bag, man. We need for reparations. We need exactly what we need to work at how Native Americans are getting it, but we need to, be able to control, frauds and everything like that. I believe frauds need to be prosecuted to the highest degree of the law from stealing from us. And see, that's what this reparations package is right here. It's going to allow immigrants to be able to receive that. And we're more concerned about the federal government paying us because they owe us $20 trillion, and that's what we want.
They owe us more than that.
Yeah, they owe us more with that.
They owe us more than that, and money ain't the only thing they owe us.
Yeah, we want laws and everything else, but I'm comfortable with starting us off at 20 trillion plus yearly payments like the Native Americans get. Yeah. And we need to have requirements like for Native Americans, they get their blood quantum measured. So, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and that's not to disparage non-FBAs from helping us out, because you know how us foundational Black Americans are. We support everybody. So if you support us, then some of our benefits will trickle down to you. When we open up our businesses, we will hire you. We will do business with you. But, as far as in receiving, reparations, that's only for foundational Black Americans. And what this thing is a trick bag. And we need to stay away from this. Biden needs to go ahead and give us our reparations. The federal government owes us.
I know,
plus
but
local.
We know they're not going to do it. But then again, they were able to give us a stimulus check, which, by the way, was supposed to be $2,000, but they ended up only giving us $1,400. And
I haven't even got mine yet.
Yeah, that was just lousy. That was just freaking lousy. And then they want to take away the $15 minimum. They didn't want to add the $15 minimum wage. They didn't want to do that.
I mean, I'm not even for that because it's benefiting everybody. Everybody has already benefited from America, but us foundational Black Americans. I'm only concerned about our group.
That's true, but then the reason why I fight for $15 minimum wage is because the fact that you do have. I mean, yes, we understand that this country has to make sure it's supposed to do stuff for all Americans because it's the United States of America. Yeah. And the reason why I fight for $15 minimum wage, even though I get paid more than that, is because you got Black people who do work these jobs that are being paid less. I'm thinking about them. They need the $15 minimum wage.
That's true, and I understand
that. They need more than that.
That's true, and I understand
but that's a start.
Yeah.
Just like you said with $1 trillion, a $15 million wage is a start so that some of these black workers, and hopefully it does come to them, can get paid more so they can feed their families. That's
That
why
that,
I
that,
fight
that
for.
I mean that's true, but there's so many layers to it that
Yeah,
reparations is really the biggest issue because think about it. If minimum wage gets raised to $15, then there are going to be less people getting hired, and you already know we're the first to get fired. So we
yes,
shouldn't put all our eggs in one basket, but reparations is where we should be putting the majority of our eggs because that's what's going to help us out the most. I mean,
yes.
500K a piece plus 40 acres of land to begin with, I'm all for that because that will help us out more than $15 an hour will. And you already know that, like I said, man, like there's racial discrimination in hiring practices. So,
Yes,
we are really like I'm telling you, reparations will help us out the most.
that's
And
right.
that's only for us.
Um,
So it is what it is. I mean, have you seen all these illegal immigrants that are trying to get here, man, and how Biden
yes,
is
I
bringing them
saw
over
the
here?
border. I saw the canoes. I saw the border. And this is also why we need to start supporting a lot of these black-owned businesses.
Yep.
If we help these black-owned businesses increase their building and suspend how many stores that a black franchise has put, that's those black businesses will be able to hire more black people or anybody so to help get more jobs. Now let's talk about the reparations from this article. So some Chicago suburban and Eston, Illinois. I want to read the actual article. Is about to become the first U.S. city to make reparations money available to black residents. But then again, which black residents? Remember, we were fighting for descendants of slaves or even those who were here before slavery, as well as those who suffered the most from Jim Crow and even the civil rights movement. So we got not just slavery. Now, like you said, and I'm saying, this is not to discourage non-FBA. In fact, we want you to, as non-FBA, as black immigrants who come from the Caribbean and Africa, you need to start doing what the Gambians are doing and what we and Black Americans are doing, and start fighting for reparations from your own home nations, as well as the nations from Europe that colonized you, like Gambian, shout out to Gambian. They're fighting to get reparations from the Germans because they know it was the Germans that colonized them. And I think the Ethiopians should try to get reparations from the Italians after what happened to them during World War II. But back to this article. Parting a growing movement that has picked up speed in the wake of police killings of black Americans, including George Floyd. This was before George Floyd, by the way. This talk about reparations was before the killing of George Floyd. Martin Luther King himself even wanted reparations, which is the real reason why he was murdered, not the bring all people together stuff from the 1963 Have a Dream speech. It was when he started fighting for economic wealth for black Americans, including reparations. That's what made King the target to being assassinated. George Floyd last year, the decision by the Eston officials could also lay the groundwork on other multiple and states considering reparations. But who will actually get the reparations? Which black residents will actually? You got to think about it because it's not just some of these states and cities. Black Americans who are descendants of slaves are not the only black residents. You got to think about the immigrants and stuff. Like I said, it's not a discourage against black immigrants.
I mean, immigrants and immigrant descendants as well. Like, I mean, you
Yeah,
have immigrants and then you have first generation Americans, like all the way. Look, me as a foundational black American, I'm around a 16th or 17th generation American. And if you ain't around that, then you're not foundational black American. You're just a Johnny come lately.
all right. This one guy said it was it was Nambian. I thought it was Gambian, but was it Nambian or whatever? I'm looking at because I think he heard the fact that I talked about that African nation is actually fighting to get reparations from Germany. But all right, I'm going to continue to read the article. All right. It doesn't mean every city will do exactly like Aston has done, but there is a blueprint where Ronald Daniels, who oversees the National African American Reparations Commission, or NAARC, told CBS Money Wash. I never heard of this organization, but we need to look into some of these organizations to see if we can trust them. The Aston City Council voted 8-1 Monday night to start with the expenditure of $400,000 to give to 16 eligible Black households $25,000 each to be spent. Who are these Black households? You sure? That's another question. On home reparations or down payments on property funded by a new tax on legalization of marijuana. The council previously committed $10 million over 10 years to repairing the ongoing harm that systematic racism has caused Aston Black residents, with the household intensive its first step. About 16% of Aston residents are Black.
But you have to understand what Evanston is. It's a suburb. Like, I could see if they were doing this in the city of Chicago, that would be more helpful. Like, more people would be getting helped out if it was in the city of Chicago rather than in a suburb like Evanston. They already have money
because
there.
they just said that it's only 16%. Yeah, I'm about to stop reading this article. I might leave the link to it if you want to read at your own time, because I'm starting to see some trick bags. They're only going to give it to a small sector of the Black residents, not the full Black residents. So yeah. By the way, does anyone else want to come on in and talk about this? The link is still in the chat room. So yeah, I'm starting to see some trick bags, just like you said. I'm like, you're only going to give it to a few. What about all 16% of the residents? And like you said, what about these urban cities? Where there's more Black people. Why are they not trying to do this for those cities and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's right there by Chicago, so
the mic is muted.
They should be helping, Chicagoans out.
Yeah. All right. I talked about some earlier topics. I talked about the shooting that happened in Colorado. What's your take on the shooting in Colorado? Matter of fact, what's also your take on the shooting in Atlanta, Georgia?
Oh man, that shooting, both of them, they had nothing to do with us, but the one in Atlanta, they seem to be getting on code protecting this incel white supremacist. Like,
yeah, they're even bringing up about one of the Asian parlors that it's just been revealed. I forgot to talk about this when I was talking about the shooting, that one of those parlors actually has been accused of hosting a prostitution ring. So
that's what they are. They're brothels. They're brothels, man.
Yeah, they're bringing that up too, and I guess they're also going to use that to try to get this man off the hook.
See, there are so many layers to this.
Sorry, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, that's not. It's on you. Go ahead.
I think that's why they said that they wanted to bring up the fact that he had a sex addiction, because he probably knew about what happened. I bet you he's been at these places before, at least one of them.
He has
probably, and then something bad happened. He either got kicked out, or he didn't have enough money, or he didn't feel like they were doing anything for him that he wanted, and probably that's what led to the shooting.
Yeah,
that's just my thesis, my theory. I'm not making an excuse, but that's my theory.
No, I know where you're going with this, but you have to also throw in, because I was watching Vicky Diller the other night, and she was connecting so many dots, man. I mean, think about it. Like we all, if you live in a major city, you have these massage parlors in your town, and most likely they're brothels, because these places are open up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't know. I don't frequent places like this, but I know what they're all about. That's a lot of human trafficking going on inside of these places, and these local politicians know about it. Think about it. Like that mammy Keisha Lance Bottoms, she knows what's going on in her city, and these agents are allowed to have organized crime and get away with it. They know that most of these, if you go look up the stats to who gets arrested for prostitution more, it's Asians. They disproportionately get arrested for prostitution more than any other race, and they are busted in these brothels. Like Tarieen, he does stories about it all the time. It's a
Yes.
billion-dollar industry, and these politicians are involved in this. They go over there and get their hand jobs and happy endings, just like the elite, like Bob Kraft from the New
Yep, the
England
Patriot,
Patriots.
yeah, and that's why they're trying to legalize prostitution. I found out that the liberals now want a legalization of prostitution,
Wow.
nationwide.
Well, I mean,
I,
that's
I,
not necessarily a good thing, because that's not good for women in the long run, and their mental health. Sure, they can make some money, but dude, that breaks them women down, man. And it's not gonna be good on the children. It's not good for a society to have that going on. But the
but this is
Asians
the
are
age
allowed
of
to do that.
Babylon. I mean, you already have. I mean, you already have the porn industry. You have these sites like OnlyFans. I heard there's another one called MiniVids. You already got that, but then now you adding the street prostitution. Yeah, it's. But this is the age of Babylon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the age of Babylon.
But you know what else they call it? They call it woman empowerment.
This ain't woman empowerment. Woman
That's what they call it.
empowerment. Yeah, that's what some of these bed wenches and stuff call it, or these thoughts.
They
No,
call it
woman.
they call it sexual liberation.
Yeah, that's what these thoughts and stuff calling it. But what real women's empowerment is women fighting for justice against sexism in the workplace, uh, being able to run businesses as a woman, being able to get into politics as a woman, and fighting against rape and stuff like that. Being a mother to your family, to your children, that's women empowerment. All right, not this going around sexualizing your body and stuff, because that's what they combat playing what men do when they do these rap videos and stuff like that. Because wasn't the feminists complaining about the fact that women were only seen as sex objects,
But
but
they sexually
now,
objectifying themselves. Look how popular Cardi B is. And we
yes,
and most men, like younger, like when I was a younger boy, I probably would have had less judgment when it comes to women like Cardi B. But now as an older man, I'm like, I wouldn't touch Cardi B like that. And if I did, I wouldn't tell nobody. Like I wouldn't tell nobody about it. Like I would not wife somebody like her up. If she's talking like that and doing the things she's doing, I would not proudly call somebody like that my wife. She's disgusting.
yes. A man who thinks about marriage and actually being with a woman with marriage and having a family will not be going around messing with thoughts and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, will not be going around messing with women that only think sexualize themselves. They would be with a woman that's thinking about providing for the family and taking care of the children and stuff. Yes, it is disgusting, Auntie B, and that's why we need more women to call this stuff out.
Yeah,
For
because
us as
it's
men,
more effective when they neutralize it rather than men.
yes, because when we call it out, we're accused of misogyny and sexism and stuff like that. That's why we need more women to call it out, because we know there's a lot of women that do not like this. That's why we need you to call this stuff out. We can only call out but so much without being accused of sexism and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I really do appreciate our sisters that are on code, man. I really do.
Yes, I appreciate the Nicoles, the Vickys, the
Kanisha
Kani,
Toshun,
yeah, yes, her,
Jade
um,
Arendelle.
yes, all the women, the Lisas, um, the Rackle sister, and stuff like that. And there's more. I can't name them all, but there's more. And yes, that
You can't forget, you know, Shahrazad Ali. You can't forget her. She's
yes,
really with it.
Shazara Ali was the one who warned about this stuff. She was the one who, back in the 80s and 90s, warned about this stuff.
And they fought against her too, man. And I appreciate her. Like, I still listen to some of her stuff till today. She's a real woman.
Yes. She fought against this stuff because she predicted it. They went against her, and now they can't say nothing. And the reason why they're going with the sexual liberation stuff is because if they went against it, that would only prove Ali right. That's why, and some of them do it because the money and stuff like that, and the fame that comes with it. I don't think I have any other topics I'm going to talk about, because a couple of topics I'm probably going to do separate videos of. Plus, I was kind of doing this live stream to try to catch up. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for I was just gonna say thanks for letting me come in, man. I really appreciate your streams, and just keep it up, man.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I can make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video, hit that like button. Oh, and one more thing. There's a number if you want to text this number. I'm about to put it in the chat room. Yeah, if you have not texted this number, it's to be part of my membership from community.com. Remember to text that number. That can also help you, because I've been trying to use that to help people get notifications to my videos and live stream that are having trouble. So if you want to, you can text that number. But thank you for coming in. I'm about to click off.
All right, man. Black first, peace. Thanks.
All right, thanks. That's all I'm about to say for now. I think that's all the topics I want to talk about. I might do another live stream in the near future. I just don't know when. I'm probably going to try to make some of these pre-recorded videos. But thank you for watching. Make sure you share. If you just came in and you missed some stuff, eventually you can watch the rerun, the replay. Make sure you hit that like button, share this video, share this live stream on your social media, your email, your friends and family, etc. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification. And also, in the notifications, I'll have the different accounts for you to follow me on, whether it be on YouTube, here on YouTube, Black Junction, Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. And also make sure you text that number, that community number, so you can be part of my membership. But that's all I have to say for now. This is JDAWG. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video or live stream. Peace, everyone.